Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're here today watching this video, it's probably because you're like me and you've been to just one too many kids' birthday parties where the burgers are frozen, a little dry, not a lot of flavor, and you know what? I think it's just time to move past that. So today we've got 5 secrets that I think are gonna drastically improve our burgers. So you can use just one, all of them, any combination in between. Let's jump right into it with secret number 1. So the first thing that I do to guarantee a juicy, delicious burger is I'll put a stick of butter in the freezer a few hours before the barbecue starts, and I'll actually grate that butter using a cheese grater. From there, you're gonna have these little shreds of frozen butter, and you can pour this into your ground beef and guarantee that every bite is gonna have a little bit of melty, flavorful goodness. Why butter? Well, it makes things taste good. Tip number 2, while I love having a nice, thick, juicy burger cooking on the grill grates, I've actually found that cooking it in a cast iron skillet is a better way to form that crust that forms around the edge of a burger patty, which you may have heard called the Maillard reaction, which is just the proteins in the burger reacting to the heat and forming that caramelization, which, as we all know, is the best part of any steak or burger. So you could cook this on a cast iron skillet inside, but if you don't want your house to smell like smoke and burgers for the next 2 days, what I've done is actually pick up one of these flat cast iron skillets and I'll put it outside on my grill. So I get that nice enjoyment of barbecuing outside, hanging out with everyone, letting the kids run around, and you don't have to smoke up your house. So tip number 3 is to actually make a smashburger. You may have seen these, but essentially instead of pre-forming the burger patties into their shape and then letting them sit on top of the grill, you leave them in a ball, and when you place them on your heat source, you press and smash them down. What this does is guarantee that you have the most caramelization possible happening on the outside of that patty. So a couple tips for when you're making smash burgers. Number 1, I'll put down something like avocado oil first, which is a really heat-resistant oil and it's not gonna smoke easily. Then I will take my spatula or your smashing device and I will rub the back of it in that oil to guarantee that when I press the burger down, it's not going to stick. Sometimes they fall apart, you over smash them, it's fine. The cheese is gonna act as a glue to keep that all together. Another benefit is that these cook really quickly. So if you're cooking for a lot of people, you don't have to sit and wait for the burger to come up to temperature. It's gonna be done in just a few minutes. So you can have an assembly line going like my wife and I did and just start bringing these out to people really quickly. Okay. Tip number 4, don't get mad at me. I use MSG in a lot of cooking, but what it does is create this deep umami flavor when you're using it on meat especially. It just tastes better, it tastes meatier. Now that doesn't mean that we don't use salt and pepper still. I'll create a mixture of 2 parts salt to 1 part MSG, and then I'll just crack some freshly ground cracked pepper in there, mix it up into a little seasoning blend, and as soon as you smash those burgers down, you're gonna sprinkle your seasoning over the patties. So you'll scrape your metal spatula under, flip it over, and we're gonna apply the cheese on the flip. Once you've done that, these are almost done. You're just gonna let them cook for maybe 30 seconds on this second side, and then they're ready to rest and serve. And when it's time to assemble, you can just mix and match what works for you. So my wife likes to make this special burger sauce that is a copycat recipe from In-N-Out, which, fun fact, was my first real job. And finally, our 5th tip, number 5, is don't skimp on the buns. There's something about a quality bun that really makes a burger for me. What I like to do is use potato buns. They're softer, they toast really nicely. Please don't neglect toasting your buns, by the way. So thank you guys for tuning in to these 5 burger secrets. Hopefully, so you can use some of these and all of our summertime barbecues can be that much better. If you wanna go ahead and leave a like or a comment, that would be so much appreciated. Maybe you have some burger secrets that you wanna share down below. Catch you guys in the next video.